friend, Roger Christofferson here again with another first listen review. This one I was looking forward to. I heard it was coming out here not too long ago, I know a week or two ago. And I was like, yeah, that's going to be a cool one because I remember the first one. It is George Lynch and Jeff Pilson with their Heavy Hitters, but this is Heavy Hitters 2. They actually did one other album that was just, I can't remember the name of it now off the top of my head, but it was not a Heavy Hitters, it was just them doing some stuff. But this one here is where they do cover songs. They take, older songs, newer songs, stuff that's fairly recent, just whatever they feel like doing pretty much, and they rock them up and they make them their own. On the last one, they had a lot of guest vocalists and stuff, but this one they decided they were going to go with one vocalist. His name is Bernard, what the heck is his last name? Bernard Fowler. And he is, I guess, just best known as being one of the backing vocalists for the Rolling Stones for quite some time. And they have Brian Tichy on drums on this one, and Brian is like an amazing drummer. He's been in several different bands, Whitesnake being one of the ones that comes to mind, and Dead Daisies he was in for a while, and he's worked with Sass Jordan and just all kinds of stuff. So he is on this one with them, on all of them, so it definitely does have the sound like more like a band effort, where it's just one singer, and they definitely take these songs and they rock them up, and it's quite a different array of stuff here on this one. They're all over the place, which is kind of cool that they take these songs that are like really all over the board, like style-wise, time-wise, and they make them all sound like unique, like now. They make it all sound like them right now, which is kind of cool. So just gonna run through these like kind of quick. I won't go through it track by track, but basically it sounds like it's cool. I mean, it's George Lynch's playing guitar, so it sounds like old-fashioned Dokken style riffing and soloing, and but they're cover songs, and I don't think Dokken ever did that. I don't think they ever did, but I can't picture any covers albums that they ever did. But anyway, like it starts out with Sledgehammer, for instance, which is the Peter Gabriel song, and that they just took it and they definitely rocked it up. I couldn't even imagine how this was going to sound before I heard it. And they did it, and I was like, all right, well, that was definitely cool. And they do with the Stroke, it was one of the other ones they do on here, Billy Squier. When I saw they were going to do that, I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. But, they did a good, cool version of it. They rocked it up. Some of these songs, like, there's a couple on here that I was like, well, whatever. I guess, I would have preferred they made other choices, but, it is what it is. And that one they did pretty cool. I mean, they did it. I could have lived without it, but it's definitely made it their own. I saw that Radioactive was on here, and for whatever reason, when I saw that song title, I was thinking The Firm. I'm like, oh, that'd be cool, like to hear them do a version of that. Yeah, it's not that version. It's the Imagine Dragons version, which didn't even pop in radar because I don't listen to Imagine Dragons. But, it's a newer-ish song. The thing I liked about the last one is they took like pop songs that were like had stood the test of time. I don't know, is this one is actually one of those songs that kind of stood the test of time, but that's just my opinion. A couple other ones on here. They get to Smokestack Lightning, which is an old blues song, and I'm thinking it's Howlin' Wolf. I actually don't remember who did this one. This is not the kind of stuff I listen to, but for some reason, I think it was a Howlin' Wolf song, but this is where I think, yeah, it was a Howlin' Wolf. I had to check here real quick, and this is one where they take it and they make it sound like really cool. I mean, they definitely did some reworking with this one. Not that they didn't with the other ones, but this one they took it and really made it their own. And the other thing I wanted to mention is that Bernard's vocals are kind of like they're soulful, bluesy type sounding. I don't know as I would have stuck with him the whole album, just because a lot of these I don't feel his vocal style fit the songs. I think some of them he's great on, other ones I just don't think it's worked at all. That's the only other thing I didn't like. The musically, everything on here I love. Like, seriously, every one of these tracks they made unique. They made it sound like something they came up with and did on their own. Vocals, that's hit and miss. Like, but this one was a hit. Next one, Hold On, I'm Coming, awesome. Same thing. That's just his style of singing really worked on this one. The other thing I just wanted to mention on here is they do a version of Shout. But that's been done, so I don't know why they did that one. I didn't get it. I don't like that song choice. Same with The Stroke. I don't know. That's just, like I said, just my personal opinion. One thing I did think was kind of cool was they did New Sensation, which is the NXS song, and I was like really kind of waiting to hear this one. It's really cool what they did with it. The only little tiny thing I'll nitpick on musically is that they didn't, that main riff that goes throughout the whole song, they just didn't do it. So when it first kicks in, there's nothing recognizable about it until the vocals start. Also one that I don't think he sings like well. I mean, it's not like he's off key or anything like that, just that I just don't feel his vocal style and the timbre of his voice and all that stuff really fits it. And that's just, like I said, it's just personal taste. But musically I thought it was cool. Other than that, like, one little thing, I thought they maybe should have left that one riff in there, somehow worked it in, even if they had somehow to make it heavier, but they just didn't do it. Now they did Jumpin' Jack Flash, which obviously they would do because Bernie sang with the Rolling Stones, so it was cool. They changed that up a little bit, changed the main riff, which I thought was daring. They made the main riff just a little bit different. You'd have to hear it to hear what I'm saying, but it's just a slight different way of playing it. Same notes and everything, just he chooses, George plays the just the first two notes different. Nah, the rest of it's the same, but the first two notes he just adds a little bit of a different way of playing it. And one of my favorite two on here are the last two songs. They got the Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself Again, which, like, I love that song. It's a cool old funk song. I've actually never really heard any of the band do this well. I've heard a couple of the cover bands bands I've gone and watched play this, but I can't think of any other bands out there that have recorded it and released it. I'm just nothing's coming to mind anyway. There might be some out there. If there is, please let me know. I'd like to check them out too, because I really do like the song. They definitely caught a groove with this one. Bernard sings great with this one. Everything was perfect on that song. And then they end with a song called It's a Wonderful Life, which I guess is supposed to be a Christmas song that they came up with, but it doesn't sound Christmassy at all. It just sounds like a really cool rock song. It's actually my favorite one on the whole thing. It's not a cover song. So anyway, I thought it was a cool way to end the album, and it was fun. Aside from just the little things I mentioned there, I'm definitely going to listen to this again. Actually, I'm probably going to pull out the first one again. And I love it. I've said it before. I love it when CDs make me want to go listen to more of the same band of their older stuff. I just think that's cool. It inspires me to go do it, and I really just want to go check out the first Heavy Hitters again now, just because I haven't listened to it in a while. So anyway, any of you guys out there have checked this out, picked it up or whatever, and have your views on it and you want to share it, feel free as always. And as always, I just ask you to like, share, subscribe, and all that stuff to keep more people involved in the conversation. It's really all it is. I just like getting online and talking about music and having conversations with people. So anyway, until the next one, we'll see you.